Hey guys, today I have another Swisher Sweet. This is the Macbeth, made by Swisher Sweet. You wouldn't know unless you looked it up or something, because it doesn't say Swisher Sweet anywhere. But it just says Macbeth on the band. It's real simple, but it's cool looking. It's got a cool name. It's got the little shield there with the fleur-de-lis. This is a Duncan size, 8x50. It's pretty huge. It's got aesthetically, it's not gorgeous, but usually that doesn't really mean much. A little bit, it's not rough. It's actually pretty smooth, but it's not super tight or anything. And you can see tiny little gaps on the seams, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just an aesthetic feature. It's got a little discoloring here on the filler. I've never seen that before. It smells pretty decent. It smells like it's got a little bit of a kind of like a small spice note that you can kind of pick up on the filler on the foot. I punched it with my Prometheus as I usually do. It has a Connecticut shade wrapper. It's advertised as I don't even know, medium to full, and they also say it has a blend of Dominican and Mexican tobacco. Mexican tobacco is always very interesting. It's not very consistent. Mexican tobacco is very, depending where it's from, it can always surprises you. So this should be interesting. You can get a box for around $50, give or take a few bucks. High 40s, low 50s for a box of these. So it's been aging for months now. I've had this in my big humidor that I showed you guys. I have the video there, massive humidor. It holds a few thousand cigars. It's got the shelves. It's about a 15-year-old humidor, so it's been well aged. I have the controlled humidity in there, distilled water only, and it's been in there for months, so it should be perfect. I did everything I could to make it, to prepare it. I've aged it as well as I could. It's got a really tight draw so far. Very tight. Got a real tight draw, but that could be it's so long. As I smoke about an inch or two down, it should open up a little bit. But so far, what I'm getting, I'm getting barely anything. But extremely mild right now. But again, it's most likely because I'm not getting much. But very, very mild. Very simple, very, very simple. I can't really pinpoint a flavor because it doesn't really have any substantial latent notes. Nothing's really popping up. Pretty much just tobacco. It's not bad, it's not harsh. It's not harsh, it doesn't have that that fake sweetness that Swisher Sweet is known for, that artificial sweetness. Usually it's around here. I don't know if they sweeten it, right here where the cap is, but this one doesn't have that. So it's more like a just a straight up natural cigar. It's very, very mild. Like I said, no noticeable hints of flavor or anything. Just a good aged tobacco flavor. got no pepper, not noticing any pepper. The smoke is really thin, but so far, not getting much. Hopefully it opens up a bit. Show you guys a little bit closer the wrapper. You can see it's not gorgeous, but it's just aesthetics. It's not a, it doesn't really affect anything. It's handmade, so it's not a gas station cigar. I'm trying to puff on it, draw a little bit deeper quickly, so maybe it opens up a bit. It's got good give, so I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just it's so long that it takes a while for the smoke to travel. So as I smoke more, like I said, most likely it should open up. Frankly, this cigar would be very, so far the flavor, is very, very plain. That's not a bad thing at all. It's got no pepper. It's very mild. Airy smoke. It's not real thick, but again, that's because of the draw. Pretty much, if this cigar, if it opens up a little bit, if I get a little bit more smoke, it's a little bit thicker, and it doesn't change too much, it should be a pretty decent cigar. Just from the flavor, it's just a really good, mild cigar that's not overbearing in any way. It doesn't have any very strong flavors. It's not like I said, it doesn't have that artificial sweetness, which there shouldn't be any of that in any cigar, in my opinion. Those infused cigars, to me, I stay away from them. But this doesn't have that, and it's just a real mild, good tobacco, nice aged tobacco. Good size. It's got a nice band, and you can buy singles of these for $4 from Corona Cigar Co. You can check them online. That's where I got this. Like I said, a box is around 50 bucks, give or take a few dollars. The only thing this is missing to be a very good cigar is just to open up. You just get a little bit more smoke out of it. Open up the draw, which I'm sure it will. And it'd be a pretty good cigar. Nothing to complain about. The last Swisher Sweet definitely had that. The last Swisher Sweet I reviewed had that artificial sweetness. It was infused for sure. You could notice it the whole way. And just after a while, at the beginning, it's new. That was like my first infused cigar. It was pretty new and it was okay. But then after a while, it started getting real bitter and nasty. And this doesn't have that, and I'm grateful for that because I wouldn't be able to finish it. I really don't like infused. Cigar should be natural. It's opening up a tiny bit. Again, just real plain aged tobacco flavor. But that's a good thing. Sometimes that's all you need. That's all you want. You don't have to have a super complex cigar all the time. Yeah, so far it's not harsh, it's not bitter, it doesn't have pepper. It's a real simple mild cigar. Smoking kind of fast. It's already an inch, 9 minutes. It's not too fast, but it's smoking pretty fast. A little bit faster than average. It's got a good burn line. Pretty straight ash. This is 8x50. The Duncan. Reminds me in a tiny bit about the Nick Sticks by Perdomo. Just real mild, you know, your typical Connecticut, but without the bitterness that some Connecticut's have. And this doesn't have that bitterness. It's just very, very mild. It's a little bit hard here in the middle. You just roll it a little bit, squeeze it a bit. So far so good, nothing to complain about, like I said. Just, you know, it's typical mild cigar, nothing crazy. But again, not everything has to be super complex. There's a cigar for every occasion, I always say. It's just a real simple, you know, it's not a pretentious cigar, it's just, you know, just simple aged tobacco, decent construction. You can see the ash is staying pretty well. It's got a good pack. They rolled it pretty decently. So it's over an inch. It's smoking quickly, but for me that's a good thing because, you know, the faster it smokes, the faster it'll open up, and I'm sure it'll open up. Now when I ash it and expose the cherry, you know, give it a second light probably, a few quick draws to try to open it up. There, you can see right away it's opening up a little bit. Got twice the smoke I was getting, but it's still really thin. If the draw opens up, smoke gets thicker, you know, the flavor doesn't change anyway, then it'll be a pretty good cigar. Just nice and simple, you know, to have outdoors, nice evening with a coffee. It's real simple. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here because nothing's changing too much. I'm going to do a part 2. Hopefully by then it opens up a bit. I'll let you guys know if anything changed. Alright guys, till next time.